Start out using your crayons to color in places that you want to be a certain color, especially when you're going to paint over them. So I did the outline of the eye with a white crayon just to keep it kind of standing out. I then went in and did the mouth like red with a white line next to it. So I did blend some of the crayon colors together. And then here I'm coloring in the tail in all crayon, but you can choose to do it in crayon or in paint. And then I'm doing all the details. So I'm doing the other eye, the other side, the mouth. So I did it the same way on both sides. And I kind of blended the white and the red together. I thought it looked really cool in the mouth. So I'm choosing my colors. I did one side kind of like warm colors with the rainbow, and then the other side kind of like cool colors with the rainbow. But you can do any colors that you want to do. So then you're going to choose your colors for the gill. That's like that stripe that we did in the first part of the drawing. You can color in the outer rim of each of the scales. Now I did one side solid gray or solid silver. On the other side, I did a really cool effect. I did the bottom part of it silver, the middle part of it like a copper color. Oh, sorry, copper, then silver. Then the top part of it is white, and it made it look even more 3D. So you can see how all the bottoms right now are silver or copper. Then I'm adding the silver in, and then I added white on top. Even though you can't see the white that well, once I paint over it with the colors, it really makes it stand out. So make sure you're coloring every part of every detail that you don't want to get painted. So now I'm going to do one side at a time, just so I can really focus on it, because once it's all put together, you aren't going to see both sides of it at a time. You're really just going to see one side at a time. So I like to focus on one side at a time. So this side is my cool side, going from cool to warm in my rainbow. And I'm just using watercolor and painting directly over the crayon. Because the crayon is wax, it will repel your water, almost like a little raincoat for the paper. So you can still see some of the colors on top of the silver, but most of the silver is pushing that paint off. So paint the entire part of the fish. Go back and do the little fin. I'm waiting for my fin, the area around it to dry so that the two wet paints don't mix together. So if you're ever painting two different colors, you don't want to paint them next to each other because they'll kind of blend together. So do one side at a time. See how that white really stands out on the scales? I think it looks so good. But you can do it your own way. You can do dark colors for the outer rim on the scales. It's totally up to you. Paint the inside of your eye. Paint every single part of your fish. And anything you didn't paint, you want it to be colored in with crayon. Okay? And then once it's totally dry, then we'll go on to the next step.